Hi, I'm Brian Dansby with Mulberry Creek Archery Shop. Happy 4th of July. Hope you have a great Independence weekend. Hope you enjoy the river, the beach, your backyard, wherever you're spending the 4th. Just wanted to kind of go over a subject today that we hear a lot about here at the shop and just from people in general. Basically, the trying or hunting with a handheld release versus an index finger release. Most people grew up handed a bow, they were handed an index finger release, strapped it on, and you just pull the trigger and it goes off. A lot of people are trying to go to something like this. This is a 2020 Scott Pursuit release that is a thumb button release. So just kind of want to go over some of the benefits of this release, let you know that we do have these in stock, and just kind of go over, you know, what makes this release better than some of the other hunting releases. Basically, again, in the last few years, popularity of hunting with a handheld has risen. I mean, a lot. You see several of the guys hunting with them. You see people like Levi Morgan. He's hunting with a lot of times with a hinge release, or as people call it, a back tension release. So that's growing in popularity as well. I still hunt with an index finger release, but I practice with a hinge release. I practice with a thumb button release, and I have hunted with both of those. So experimenting with different things just seems to make me a better shooter, and I hope it will you too. But just want to kind of go over this release. This is the Scott Pursuit, as I said. First thing you notice is it comes with a wrist strap, but this is a handheld release. So why a wrist strap? Well, a couple reasons. One, you put this on and it'll help you. You can pull with your whole arm instead of just pulling with your fingers. Someone like me who's had some hand injuries may not have the hand strength just to use a handheld release and pull, may not feel comfortable with that. You can use your whole arm to pull back through. Another thing is just dropping the release. You get up in the stand, you've climbed your climber 25, 30 feet up in the tree, and all of a sudden you hear tink, tink, and it's dropped to the ground. So that's not a good sign, not a good deal. So this one has got the wrist strap to keep it from falling. Several other things we could get into, but that a little more in depth later. Things that I really like about this one, the knurled knob, you can absolutely take it and spin it in any direction. You've got two screws here that you can loosen, and you can pull the release so that you can get it fit just right. For this video, this is actually a off-the-shelf release. It's still for sale, so I could be playing with your release, so I apologize. I'll try to wipe it down so keep it clean for you. But so basically, you want to get the index finger release. I like to get mine all the way to there. Some people want to get it here, but you want to wrap your finger around it. And so this would, with all this adjustability, let you get it right in there exactly where you want it. Staying on the trigger, it does have an adjustment screw right here. You can adjust trigger travel or how fast it goes off. With that, it feels really good out of the package. The fit and feel of it is really good for my hands. I mean, some people have large hands, some people have small hands. This feels really good for my hands. It comes in as a 3-finger like this, but it does have, take off one screw, pop out the 3-finger, put in the 4-finger, and you've got a 4-finger release. I prefer a 4-finger. Maybe I'm a control freak. I don't know. I do shoot 3 fingers. Again, I experiment with everything. So basically, it's just personal preference. What feels good to you? What's the most comfortable? What gives you the best accuracy? So that's what you're playing with. The feature that I like the most about this, there's a lot of good features, but when you most of the handheld thumb button releases on the market for hunting that are designed for hunting, there are a lot of thumb buttons that are designed for tournament archery, and they're very expensive. They have a lot of internal mechanisms, and so they're usually a lot better than your made for hunting release. This one actually has a lot of the feel of a high dollar tournament release. It just really feels good. And so a lot of times if you get one of the handheld hunting releases and you pull the trigger, that opens up the jaws and it lets the release go off. You take your finger off the trigger and the jaws come back together. That's the way it fires. Well, this one actually has a cocking mechanism. You push the cocking mechanism closed, and then now the jaw is closed on your D-loop, and as you're pulling with your index finger or with your ring finger, you pull against that thumb and it goes off. You want to be push-pulling, get back to a good solid wall, and then kind of slowly relax this hand and let that finger pull that into the thumb so it goes off. You don't want to do this, then that's really the reason you're trying a handheld is to get away from doing this with an index finger release. So really nicely built release, just reeks of high quality. So basically, come by the shop, play with it, see what you think. I think it retails for right at $145. Very good price point as well. It's just a really well built release. So thank you. Good luck in your hunting season, which Georgia starts September the 12th, which is Spencer's birthday, my son. So only got a few months to get ready. It feels like it's way too hot to be shooting a bow, but you need to get out there shooting. Try a handheld. Come by the shop, shoot it, see what you think. Might be your next release right here.